Hi guys, welcome back to Character Design, a Tuts Plus premium course. I'm Ian Yates, and in this video we're going to take a look at standing out from the crowd. Let's begin, as always, by taking a quick look at what we're going to cover during this video. Well, it might sound like you've tuned into a business studies course, but we're going to kick off by talking about USPs, or unique selling points. We'll talk about standing out amongst direct surroundings, and then we'll look at some successful character duos and how they stand out from one another. Lastly, we'll cover the differences between generic and specific characters. And to round off, I have some further reading, and I'll leave you with an assignment to complete before the next video. Now, USP is a term you'll likely hear from the mouths of marketing experts when talking about product placement within a market. A unique selling point, in terms of character design, is that one element of our character which viewers cannot get elsewhere. That could be in the visual style, the humour, the technical execution, the storyline, physical attributes. Now, whatever that is, you need to make sure your character has one if it isn't going to get lost in all the noise of other comparable characters out there. Consider cartoons on the TV. With the millions of TV channels available these days, channel hopping means that an animated TV show may just have a fraction of a second during which to make itself recognizable and stop the viewer in his tracks. The Simpsons does a great job of this. The characters are exaggerated to such an extent that they're barely recognizable as human beings, but they sure stand out. We see one flash of those big white eyes on striking yellow skin, and we know exactly who we're dealing with. Now, The Simpsons evolved over time. The artist's personal drawing style has been refined by teams of illustrators and animators to the stage we recognize today. So how about relying on your own style to give you an element of uniqueness? Well, that's certainly a good way to stand out from the crowd. No one can do precisely what you do as well as you, after all. Now, I'm a huge fan of Fleet Street Scandal, a collaboration between artists Kevin Dart and Chris Turnham. They have a character called Yuki 7, a sort of spy heroine character, and they've based a whole story around her in a similar fashion to James Bond. She's a great example, actually, of what we were talking about previously with giving a character context. The books and merchandise based on this fictitious character are very compelling. I've got posters of her myself. So you might say that there's little unique about her. She's based on the idea of an existing story, James Bond. Well, she does lean heavily on what we already know and associate with that era of cinema. The 60s bikinis, the car chases, the femme fatale. But the USP in this case is the artistic execution, the unique and wonderful style of Fleet Street Scandal. The aesthetics alone will prompt you to buy the books, I promise you. Rex Kroll, too. I could list a ton of artists who I think stand out because of their trademark drawing styles. But I won't, because that would be boring. So, for the time being, just go and check out the work of those I've listed so far. They've formed careers drawing all manner of characters, but all in their own unique styles. So that's covered standing out from the crowd in terms of the market at large. But how about within the confines of your own work? An individual character may just as well have to stand out from its co-stars, other characters within the same series, the same comic, the same website. Let's now take a look at some good examples. Character duos who share almost equal importance, equal status within their shared environment, but must maintain an element of uniqueness. Firstly, you recognize these two? Well, how about these? These? Or these? Now here we can see that the basic forms and colour palettes of each member help make them stand out within their partnership. This can be a real danger when drawing partnered characters in a similar style, forgetting that they need to remain unique. To further reinforce this idea, I'd like to introduce you to some terminology. Now, in a cast of numerous characters, it becomes more difficult for the main protagonist to stand out. Take a ship's crew, for example. How do we make a captain or a hero stand out amongst 20 other crew members? We make the crew characters generic. We give them visual cliches, nothing too exaggerated, similar poses, similar builds, the standard scars, mean expression, hooked noses. We make them so generic as pirate crew members that the viewer barely processes them. They're recognizable and understandable without giving too much thought to them. Stereotypes, if you like. And their presence lends emphasis to our main character. Our main character, on the other hand, is what we refer to as specific. We've paid particular attention to his or her details, made the character stand out by using more complex forms perhaps, different proportions. Our character achieves contrast and distinction. Now it's time for some further reading. This time I'm going to point you back at John Kay, who in this article from 2007, way back, discusses numerous aspects of character design, including what we've just spoken about, generic and specific characters. Now it's time for an assignment. We've been working on our student character for a few videos now, so see if you can think about his or her unique qualities. It's a specific character after all. What are the unique strengths of your illustration style? What's going to make your character stand out from similar characters already out there? And what will make him or her stand out against any co-stars you might have planned? Next time on Character Design, we're going to look at cleaning up. My name's Ian Yates, and from all of us here at Tuts Plus, thanks for watching.